32. To empty your mind, simply reflect deeply right into it. Then you can truly have faith that, in reality, the appearing and disappearing of even one thought is itself an illusion. There is, in fact, no thing that ever actually appears. Commentary. These words point out how to have correct insight into original nature. 33. If you just look deeply into things, you see that killing, stealing, unchaste conduct, and lying all arise from this one mind. And when the ground from which these defilements arise is seen to be empty and perfect stillness, what defilement could ever arise? Commentary. This teaching explains the relationship between our original nature and appearances. Capping word. Another sutra puts it this way: when even a single thought does not arise, ignorance is already cut off. It goes on to say, the moment a thought arises in your mind, awaken right then and there. 34. If you know that the arising thought is itself unreal delusion, you are already free. What need is there for employing skillful means? Freed from any delusion, you are already enlightened, so there is no need for gradual progress. Commentary. We can say that our mind is like a magician. Then this body is like a magically conjured castle, the world merely a set of fantastically conjured clothing, and names and forms are just magically conjured food. Any mind that arises is illusion, and even raising a single thought is illusion. Then how much more so are the illusions created by speaking of right and wrong, and true or false? These beginningless illusions are all ignorance, and yet they appear out of our fundamentally awakened mind ground. They are like flowers seen in an empty sky, possessing no real substance whatsoever. When all such illusions are realized as being not truly there, it can be said that one has reached a stage of stability, or not moving mind. The one who calls for a doctor in his or her dream, believing they are sick, is freed from that sickness the moment they wake up. The same is true for one who attains the realization that everything is pure illusion. 35. Sentient beings abide in complete stillness, with nothing moving in the least. Nothing appears or disappears. It is sometimes called the birthless. Yet they make the delusion of life and death and nirvana or salvation and believe that they are real, like seeing flowers appearing and disappearing in the sky. Commentary. Our true nature never appears, so there is no life or death, and no nirvana or salvation. You could say that it is like vast empty sky with nothing moving in it. If you think of life and death, you are like someone who might see flowers suddenly appear in the empty sky, and to think nirvana or salvation is like someone who suddenly sees flower disappear from the sky. But there is nothing there. What seems to appear has actually never appeared, and what seems to disappear has actually never disappeared. Therefore, it is pointless even to argue either of these two views. This is why the Sui Ching Sutra teaches, the Buddha did not appear in this world to save sentient beings. Rather, the Buddha appeared in order to liberate this world from the mistaken view that there is life and death, and nirvana or salvation.